Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Eric, and today we're going to talk about how to use the ultrasonic cleaner. You know, there's a misconception out there of just how you go about it. I'm not saying that my way is right, but I'm just saying that I've been doing a lot of trial and error with this, and I found things that work well and don't work well. So let's start off with the first thing. If you're running a small engine repair shop, probably the bulk of the stuff that you're going to be using in this is going to be carburetors. And I get asked that question a lot. Do I just put the whole carburetor in there? The answer is no. You can try, but it's going to make one heck of a mess. So what I can tell you right off the bat is that this unit is really hard to keep clean. It is. And it's a pain right in the backside. When I first started, nobody told me how to use it. So of course I disassembled the carburetor. I added some general cleaning solvent and put it right in there and turned it on and left it and walked away. Everything turned out good. The carburetor turned out nice and clean and all the other stuff. But now my whole ultrasonic cleaner was a mess. Grease and grime, and it was terrible. Learned my lesson the hard way. So where am I trying to steer you on that? What I recommend is that you can use glass jars, plastic jars, Ziplocs to store solvent in. That you don't need to put it directly into the water or the solvent. I don't recommend that you put the solvent into the basket, into this cage. Keep it contained in another container. And when it comes to your carburetor, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to disassemble it. Let me get some goggles on here. And why do we want to disassemble it? Because the minute that the cleaner and solvents and stuff come in contact with any of the gaskets, O-rings, anything like that, it causes them to swell, and you're never going to be able to reuse them. Even if you're not going to reuse those gaskets, I still recommend that you do it this way with having different solvents, you know, in the jars or plastic containers, whatever. But whatever you use needs to be able to drop down in to that basket. Let me grab. And that needle comes right out when you bring the float out. There's a gasket like on this one here that goes right around. You can peel that right out most times and reuse it as long as it doesn't get. But that there, you get to see. That gasket. Any of the gaskets that you see need to come out. Alright, so now we're down to this. And you can take a lot more apart if you want to take it apart. But you're good at this point. And then you just take your jar. This is going to need more fluid because I've been using it. Oh, this one ain't going to fit anyways. So we need a bigger container for this carburetor here. Go by the size to decide what to use. I like using, you know, we here at the shop, we drain all the gas out of customers' machines. So that's the first thing that comes in handy. Even if it's got a little bit of water in there, it's going to work fine because you can set that whole thing right in there. And make sure you fill the water level up above your parts. Your parts need to be in the solvent, but also down below the water level. So you bring your water level up to match. And then when you're done, you just simply take it out. So the next thing is, well, how do you use it? Well, you've got timers on here, and you can set your temperature for 50, 60, 70, 80, you know, turn it off, you can turn it on. What I suggest with this is to play around with it. Try different heat temperatures, heat ranges, you know, different solvents. You know, we kind of stick with the gas, kerosene. I have tried some Harbor Freight solvent. It's pretty decent. Dilute down some purple power. Once you've let it go for, I recommend 10-15 minutes anyways, and I think you, Jason, go longer than that. But usually after that, it's not too bad. And at that point, then I bring the carburetor cleaner out. And then I start going through every orifice there is. And I also have air right here where I can put the air gun on and blow out after I'm done with this. Now your torch cleaners. These come in handy just to clean out some of these orifices to make sure you're not trying to make them bigger, you're just trying to clean them out with your tips. But the biggest thing is does it really work? Yes, it does. And it's nice because you can toss even 2 carburetors in here in 2 different containers and go do something else while it's doing it. You don't want to sit there and twiddly dinks with your thumbs and your fingers waiting for it to get done. It's kind of like when I do a service on a lawnmower. I start with the oil draining because that's going to take the longest. And by the time the oil is drained, I've got 2 new plugs in, new fuel filter on, a new oil filter on, and ready to add the oil. That's the same thing with your ultrasonic cleaners. Use it as something that's part of the repair. If it's chainsaw carburetors is what we use it for the most, you can put 2 or 3 in that container. And the best part is once this gets kind of cruddy, get rid of it. Clean the jar up a little bit, put fresh in, start again, instead of having this whole basket just full of crap. If that makes any sense. So on that note, you guys have a great day. And again, thanks so much for watching me on the channel and supporting us. And if you're still here and you haven't subscribed, come on. All right, guys.